Well, as you can see, during the break, I did paint. Partially because I thought I was recording. But, you know, technical difficulties happen. So, everything is one color. And I'm just using the Craft Smart. You could use the Apple Barrel, whatever craft paint you so choose. And for this piece, I am going to, we're doing textures. Excuse me. We're doing some transparency. Now everybody's in love with this painting I did not too long ago. Now as you can see, there's tons of textures here, and there's transparencies, there's reflective light, and all of that is just a fake out, believe it or not. So we're going to kind of do that. I've just painted this. I painted this. This is a Peacock blue in the Craft Smart. Now the Peacock blue in an Apple Barrel is a different color. Doesn't really matter. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to create curtains. There are curtains. That's what that is. So there are curtains back there. I'm going to try to stay out of your way and grab my paint. Okay. Unfortunately, I think the paint I want is on the other side. Well, of course it is. Of course it is. So, when we're talking about painting, we're talking about two things. We're talking about lights and darks. Well, if our blue is our medium color, this black is going to be my dark. And I am just going to smear it in. Smear, smear. Now this does work a little bit better if you start with a wetter paint. Actually, you should probably stay within the color range. So probably black may not have been the best choice for this because it might dull this too much, but that's what I chose to do. So I'm getting out my black, I'm getting out my blue again. And I'm revisiting that blue, which is okay. It was so spotty. I just kind of swished over it and really didn't do a very good job. Let's not kill the hand. There we go. Because basically all I want to show is that we can achieve different highs and lows. And how we achieve the high is by taking this and we just give it a high right there. Right where that light is hitting it, that's one of our high points. I'm going to do that again, except I'm not going to mess with the black. I'm just going to take that blue and white right here. See, that's a little too much white. Not loving that. You don't want a whole bunch. Let me share that a little. And anytime you get too much, you can always wipe it off. Do not be afraid to wipe it off. Don't worry about getting the tutu. Again, wipe it off. Try to keep it even. I'm sitting at an angle, so it's a little weird for me. So let's see if I can keep it kind of even. There we go. maybe. Now I'm wiping my brush, and I'm just smudging it in, because we're just giving it a highlight. There you go. And we need the darks to show the lights. So, as much fun as this is, putting all these lights in, let me go back to my blue. We're going to revisit that again. There we go. I'm going to get some more blue on the other side. We're just going to fade it in and out. There we go. Now see back here, that can be a dark or that can be a, let me fill that in a little. That can be a dark or a medium. I think it's just going to be kind of a medium there. Now, notice I'm putting a lot of pressure. I'm going to show you on my brush here. Okay. Let's go on this side. See, I am just smashing it. I am smashing that puppy down. This is scrubbing. This is dry brushing. Now, if I want to go a little lighter with the dry brushing, make sure it's clean. Oh, it has paint on it, but I've wiped most of it off. And we just lightly go over it, lightly go over it, just till you feel the paint grab. It's just barely grabbing. There we go. Got a little bit of a... Now I'm going to take and put a little bit more white on it. I gotta stand back a little bit, see where I'm going with that bottom part, because down here I'm getting a little off kilter. I want to keep going straight up and down versus sideways. Okay, a little more white, wipe it off. Wipe it off again. There we go. Again, if you're worried that you don't have enough contrast, go back in with the blue. You can go back in with the black and blue. I don't think I like the contrast of the black though. Okay, we're going to come all the way up with this one. All the way down. There we go. That's a nice, I like it. Looks good. Let's go on the other side. And get a little more white and a little more blue. And then wipe. Right about there. That's our light. So right about here we go straight down. We can bring it up and down. And see that scrubbing that I'm doing against it kind of gives me different textures. Because the paint's not grabbing evenly, which is okay. There we go. I like it so far. Now up here you'll notice I have a little bit of a V going on. Up I like that up closer to the top because that looks like it's kind of gathered together. So, okay, let's get through this. Doo-doo-doo. So this is our Mardi Gras puppet. Now, let's see. Let's make sure we like it. Okay. Now if we want any of those darks, I'm going to take dark. I'm going to take black. And then I am going to wipe. I don't want black on my, or at least not a lot of it. And I'm going to take and just pop in little places. Like right here could be a dark. See, if I lightly brush it, it doesn't become that solid black line. It becomes a hint, a highlight, or shadow. There we go. A little bit right there. A little bit back here, I think. Yeah. I think we need a little over there, and I think other than that, we'll be done with the background. Notice I did not wipe as well on that one, and I got a solid line. So what I did was just pushed it in a little further. So it dissipates. Yeah. Okay. I think I like it. So next, what we're going to do with our curtains is we're going to give it some of that glamour. We're going to make it... okay. I'm going to take... do I have any extra? Here's a doodle cardstock. Here we go. I'm going to keep that. I've got my nifty little thing here. Wait a minute. It might help if I put the paint out, right? Okay. I think to make this glamorous, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out some bright yellow, which is that, oh my God, when you put it on things it looks green yellow, and some brown. It's just called brown. Craft Smart Brown. I still laugh every time I use Craft Smart paints because it's just brown. After doing paintings with all this artiste paint, there's never just brown. It's cadmium or all kinds of crazy browns. You have burnt and umbers and... Okay. So what we're going to do, actually, I'm going to take that away. Because if we need to, we'll go over some of it with the, just make sure you don't get the hand. Actually, even if you get the hand, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to try to keep it from... Here we go. Over here, I think I need a little more light over on this side, because right here is really it's a highlight, so let's give it some light. Let's see how that looks. Okay, not bad, not bad. Now, we let that dry. I can actually do some more here. Let's grab some more paint here. Like I said, I'm using brown and yellow. Just hitting it, hitting it, hitting it. You can kind of tell where the highlights are. Like, there we go. Let me pull this up, maybe. There we go. Now, if you look, it looks like that's patterned. Isn't that awesome? That's a really bright one. And that's what I do if I want to tone it down some. Just kind of touch it. Okay. Boop, boop. Right about there. Yeah. Let's do this. Brown and yellow. There we go. It's kind of an antique gold color, which, gotta watch that. Try not to get off of your canvas. There we go. I'm going to scooch that just a tad. I'm going to put it over here. And yes, you would do this all the way through. Okay. I think it looks lovely. Watch. Okay. One more time, and we're going to put it back here. So that way, any place you see the highlight, like this, you see, highlight's kind of coming at an angle. It's okay. You can do that too. Ta-da! See? You can just line up and go. Trying not to hit the face. Yeah. There you go. Doesn't it look beautiful? I know. It's like, wow, that's so hard to believe. So easy. Okay, I'm not doing the whole page, I don't think. I will do that when we're not filming, because I want to go on to the next bit. The next bit is, I think we'll just start with the hat and move on. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to grab my smaller brush, but again, we're going to be doing mostly scrubbing. Okay, do not grab your liner brush for a scrubbing. Scrubbing is for those brushes that you still love them, but they're no longer going to be useful as is. Sorry, brushes. Okay, for this, it is purple. That first one is purple, so let me grab my purple here. I'm going to re-purplize it. Here we go. And as we said, there's a highlight. Where is the highlight? We're going to say this side has more light than this side. So I'm going to come around and just smudge it in like we did with the other. There you go. But because it is touching, we're going to add a touch of, yes, we're going to add a touch of blue. Let me grab this is actually what was supposed to be for my stencil, but you know what? I'm going to grab a little blue. Let me see, how's this going to work? Will it work? Yeah. I'm going to go around like that. And go around like that and make that our shadow area. Now see how it's not quite touching that edge? That's alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of that purple. Let me see. And I'm just going to lightly, so I don't want it white. The top was white. This I want to have a little more purple into it. Let me wipe. Oh, there's my. Get a little more purple here. There we go. There you go. Yeah, I need something a little darker. I think I'm going to wait and just let that dry. And I'll come back through with the black and do it the way I did on this, on certain spots on that. Only because I'm not having any success. Let me see if this will work. Because one of the problems you'll find with craft paints is it's hard to darken them. Because like with this, watch. Now when you're just scrubbing, that's fine. So you can kind of get a darker feel. But if you add it to the, there we go, that's what I wanted. If you add it to the color, it becomes too grizzly. I mean, it's just boring. It's grayed. I don't know, it doesn't have any oomph. I guess. There we go. It's really, okay, that works for me. That gets it a little further from us. Okay. Which we can do, see, we'll do the same thing, something like this on the hat. Notice we're not actually touching the next layer. We're kind of giving this a shape. See, over here is going to be the lighter part, but we're going to give that a shape. And that's all we're doing with this black. We're not trying to really outline things. We're trying to give shape. And one of the ways we see shape is by comparing the light and the dark. Okay, let's get rid of that. Pull this down a little. Okay. And like I said, I will go back through and I will fix that curtain and I will make it the way I would paint it, darn it. Okay, let's go on to the orange. I'm going to get a smaller brush. Put this one in. Okay, we're going to go on to the orange. Or yellow. Let's go on to the yellow. Well, what we did in this gold here is we just added brown. So, give it a little highlight here. Well, we'll give it a highlight in a minute. This is how I shade it. This is why your brushes will hit you for this. Okay? That spinning motion, that is not a happy thing for a brush. They don't consider it like a roller coaster, right? So if you're doing this, it better be an old brush or a very, very inexpensive brush. Okay, going to bring that out like that and revamp this. I think just gonna do. And see, if I don't like how heavy it is, then I just come back a little bit with the brighter color, and that will soften it. There we go. Let's go on to the brown with the orange. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. My paper is over here. Everything's over here. My stuff is usually on that side, but I need to get to this side tonight. Okay. Now, again, same process. Because really there's not, I mean, you could probably get away with doing a red, but black isn't going to work here. Black is going to just make it depressing. It's going to be a very depressed little jester hat thingy. There we go. Now we can take two different approaches to making this light. We can use the white, which I'm going to show you. Look, does nothing. Nothing. Or we can use the yellow, which, holy cow, there it is. That's our highlight. Wow. There we go. We can actually kind of rub it in. That yellow really brings out, can really make orange pop. There we go. Okay. Now we have our green in the background. Well, one of the things I'm going to do right off the bat, kind of, and that was probably a mistake because should have wiped off my brush first, but I have this grass green. Let's get my grass green out. Okay. Now, grass green, the purple, all of it. The darker colors, you actually can use the black on that. See, if I tried to do something like, just like I've been doing, using a slightly, an analogous color, instead of something that was completely different. Analogous color is just like yellow is to orange. It basically, yellow is part of the colors that make up orange, so it's kind of like its cousin, sister, half-brother. Okay, we're going to just, we don't want a lot of it. We just need to make it look like there's a shadow. Now we could use blue or we can use purple, which would be awesome. See, a brush like this actually holds too much paint, so that little straw brush that I had would probably be better, but it's okay. This side is, yes, it is the shadow side.